Let's get it started. Oh, oh, let's get it started. Child. Back again. That's the only thing I know about that song. Anyway, I told y'all I was going to do back to back because I owed you last week. And so now we're all caught up with this one, right? Your girl Talisa Rae. What's up? How you doing, Ray of Sunshines? We are reviewing Married at First Sight, season number 10, episode 11, anniversaries and secrets. We had our 1 month anniversary. It's been 30 days since we've been dealing with these people. They've been married for 30 days and then been through more than most people. Well, maybe not, because they just met each other. So I need to be giving these people a little bit of a break, huh? What you think? Maybe? For once, I can start off with Mica and Mica, okay? Because they ain't got nothing going on this week. They had such a tumultuous week last week that they was like, you know what, it's too much. Let's just be cool. Don't come out of a bag. Let's just be good and enjoy each other's company for this 30 days. I mean, this 1 month anniversary. Month-iversary. Ain't that what they calling it? Anyway, so Mike makes Mica breakfast. He comes out the kitchen like he's got some choices for her. Reading, you know, eggs and sausage. You got orange juice or a mimosa. I'm looking at him like, just say, babe, I'm making you breakfast and this is what I'm making. But okay, yeah. Like I said last episode, she's always so like blank stared. Like, it's a kind gesture. But you know Mica, she can't be happy with someone doing something kind for her. She had to go straight to, I don't like breakfast. And he just talking and trying to pull her in, and she's all like, listen, it's not going to always be about what he want. I don't even like breakfast, but I be having breakfast. And I'm all like, commitment, compromise, communication. You guys aren't meeting any of the 3 C's. And honestly, I was like, you're a little selfish. Like, you ever notice she be like, honestly? That's why I said it. She's rather selfish and really considers only her. Just think about the stuff that when they were talking, you know, when they got married, the things that, you know, she wasn't going to stand for about the bed and most of the bed is mine. Just think about that. She is still relatively young. I mean, at 26, a lot of us are a little more mature. You would think that she would be because she helped raise her brothers and sisters and her mama. You know what I'm saying? So you would think she'd be a little more mature because sometimes you're thrusted into that when you're young. And but she's just selfish. Plain selfish. It's not about her, then forget it. If you aren't falling in line with what she wants done, then forget it. It's plain and simple. I think even if he had all his ducks in a row and wasn't proven to be a mentirosa, then she still would have been, it's all about me, because her demands don't include him. Anyway, so for their 1 month anniversary, he gets a stretched big limo and they go on a boat ride. I don't even think, did they eat dinner? And they share, you know, I honestly want Mica to stop asking all these questions and just kind of enjoy the moment, because she hasn't been enjoying any moment. She wants to know something about, well, what have you learned, or what can we change in the 30 days or something. And I'm just like, enjoy this moment. You might not even like him. When the 8 weeks come, you might say no. Just enjoy this moment. Make this memory. Have something good, because every time you ask questions, the way you ask the questions and when you insert yourself, it always turns out to be an argument. And I get because he be lying, but that's how come I'm saying, just hold on and just enjoy this moment right now, right? Enjoy the company of each other. So she gives him her month anniversary gift, and you know, he says, she said, you said you feel sexiest in the suit. So she got him some ties, very modest for 1 month. Since I know you for 1 month, that's very modest, right? It's his turn to present his gift. And he's just talking and talking. And now I'm looking like, okay, whatever it is, he didn't have nothing. He trying to come up with something. Is he lying? Like, now I'm looking like, but he ends up spitting it out and saying he got 2 round trip tickets to Jamaica, Ocho Rios, Jamaica, and that they would do the swimming with the dolphins in Jamaica. Very nice gift, very nice gesture. And you know, knowing how he's lied so much, her first instinct is what? I hope it's true. He didn't show no tickets or nothing. But then I'm all like, you don't even know if when the 90 days, Jesus, I'm mixing up my stuff. When the 8 weeks is over, if she's gonna choose you. Did you do a travel agent? Is it something that you want to do? Were you put on the spot because you didn't have a gift? Like, sometimes it's easier to be quiet and just say thank you. And I really was unsure what to get you. I was going back and forth, and so I didn't get you nothing. I got you this card. I got you a gift certificate. I got you something. Like, I hope he's not lying, because that ain't gonna do nothing. Ain't gonna do nothing but make matters worse. They did sit down and eat the cake anime, and I just be like, you ain't supposed to eat that first tier until 1 year. You're doomed. Don't eat it. Don't pick on it, nothing. Don't make them tell you that you have to. Be like, no, this was the tradition, and this is what we gonna do. Okay, let's go straight to Jessica and Austin. Austin is always so affectionate and thoughtful when it comes to her. Like, she comes in, he's got roses, some rosé, and like some molding clay for them to make a mold. And they make a mold of them holding hands together. And I thought, how thoughtful. Like, I'm actually really thinking of things so that I'm vested in this relationship. At least that's how I'm thinking. But I have to keep reminding myself we are only seeing bits and pieces of their lives, right? Again, they need a big brother cam somewhere in all these apartments, and you need to sign up for that. Except for maybe in the bedroom, or, where the bedroom is, where things go down. It go down in the DM. No, it go down in the bedroom. Okay, forget it. When it was time for their month anniversary dinner, I liked that he picked her clothes out and left a card or a note telling her where to go. I thought that was extremely romantic. And most men don't know nothing about romance. Okay, they don't know nothing about doing this kind of stuff. And he did. And when she walked in, it was beautiful, beautifully decorated. He created an intimate space. And then he put the projector up so that, had a projector with a sheet or whatever, a backdrop, white one, so that they could watch their marriage video. I wrote down, they make my soul happy. And I really wish that the black couples on these seasons would do that too. Like, I wish that they would find a way to really connect with one another and work through their issues. One thing right here, Pastor Cal, you see him talking like in the producer cam or confessional or whatever we're calling it. He talks about making sure to set the intention of growing in love, because there's a full-on conversation about when to say love again. And I'm all like, Jessica, quit pressing the issue about when we're going to say I love you. If you want to say I love you, say I love you. Stop making it such a big deal for him. He's not ready. And she feels like he's ready and just won't say it. And I'm going to just be honest. We're so much more emotional. And then when you add intercourse or adult behavior, adult activities, adult fun into the mix as a woman, because they are entering into our bodies, right? We get a little more connected, a little quicker, and we need to slow down. I can't take the heat. Slow down now. Okay, yeah, whatever. But some of y'all don't know that song, but the majority of you should. And so I really feel like maybe they should have gone a little slower, because Jessica wanted this relationship, so did Austin, but because she's so ready for it, that she is more susceptible to getting attached to him rather quickly, which I think. I know when I saw the recommitment episode for next episode, I was like, oh, he's got an issue with her. I can't wait to see what he says his issue is. And her issue, we know, is for him to shit or get off the pot. Say I love you or not. They want that too fast, too soon, too much, too fast. Like, I'm really in heavy like with you, Jessica. Probably would have been good, because she was like, it was a perfect night. All he needed to say was I love you. Girl! That's the one thing that irritates me about her. For y'all, is because she's controlling. And because she's a type A personality, which we found out, she likes things to have a certain time frame. Certain things should be happening at a certain time. And, you know, it's just what it is for her. You know what? We could talk Brandon and Taylor. I mean, they're in a horrible space, but we can talk about them because they didn't really have a whole bunch of a lot going on. And I'm all like, you know, he walked away and said he's done. He can't do this. They are in a contract, right? It's an obligation. They have obligatory duties. They're bound by a contract that they have to finish this out and have to have conversations with one another at a specific time, etc. Is that right? I would think so, because they still talking and he's saying he don't want nothing to do with her. Each of them respectively receives the baskets that the other couples are receiving. So they have twice, you know, they had to make twice the photos and videos so that they could look at them and see. And they were nice photos. They looked good together. They complimented one another. They looked like they were going to be okay. Maybe not great, but okay. You know, his vows were kind of a little shaky or whatever, but she was happy. He was happy. But looking at that stuff, you got to feel some kind of way. I mean, I know I don't know you well, but we did share this moment together. We did start off on a good foot. You got to feel some kind of way about where you are. Like for her behavior, and him, his unforgiving spirit. But really, she ain't asked for forgiveness for nothing. So I guess he don't really have one. But I also think that he's totally, now you going too far. But I could be wrong. But I'm getting ahead of myself. So hold on. Oh no, I did. I wrote it down. I did. This is the right point. You've expressed yourself. You know, it's time to really put your big boy pants on and deal with this thing. Confront the issue head on. That's what I wrote. But he has a bit of an unforgiving spirit. And then again, you can't forgive somebody for something that they don't think that they've done wrong. So then we see him and he meets up with Taylor. She called and wants to meet up with him, and they go to, you know, the nail bar, go get their nails done, right? She gives him a card and he's all like, oh, I would have got you something. I didn't know you were bringing me nothing. I could have got you a card or something. And she was like, well, it's been 30 days since we've known each other. And so she gives him this card. He reads the card. He's indifferent about the card. He's all like, I don't want to say he's indifferent. You can see he's like, it must have been heartfelt what he read, but he's still like on the fence about it because she apologizes, but he feels some kind of way because it wasn't verbally, that it was in a card. Listen, Brandon, you don't know if it's sincere. I get it. But when she starts talking, this is when you need to say, hey, thank you for apologizing, but I would have liked to hear it from you. Words are one thing, but seeing it in your mouth and connecting it with you is a whole nother thing. I feel like he just don't want to forgive her. Like, and that's possibly because he doesn't feel like it's sincere. And when you've wronged someone, you normally right away want to make amends. Don't you? I don't know. Y'all let me know down below in the comments. Am I misreading this? Y'all like to get me together. So get me together down below in the comments. He did ask her if the roles were reversed, would you be okay with it? And she said, if you had explained it to me, I call bullshit. Because baby, let me tell you, if my husband was on there talking like he was single like you was, Taylor, bitch, it's going to be a problem. It's going to be a problem. Not only that, you need to give me a public apology. You needed to go back on Instagram and tell me that you apologized and that it was wrong. Tag me in it, but you had blocked me. Because that's how you know you was being real petty. Like, you ain't ready for no relationship, Taylor. Because all the stuff you're doing is petty shit that you do when you got a boyfriend and girlfriend and you in high school or even college and you try to figure shit out. We ain't figuring it out no more. You said you want to be married. So, Public humiliation requires a public apology. I mean, y'all can disagree with me if you want to, but y'all know where to do it in the comments. Also, he's now trying to be a little more, you know, he's trying to open up and be a little expressive. At least that's how I'm reading it. And she shuts him down, like, because he says, every time we have a conversation, we keep going back to Panama. And she says, no, we don't. And he's like, yes, we do. And I'm all like, yes, y'all do. Y'all go back to Panama. She's like, we go back to the disrespect, blah, blah, blah. We go back to Panama. I don't know what else goes on. We don't see very much. And when we see him on camera, he doesn't speak much. That's why we need the big bro cams, okay? Like, people who want to be on here will sign up for y'all to be in the corner of their lives, child. Because I want to know. I want to see. And honestly, I feel like he needs closure. Like, in order for him to move forward in their relationship and building something, he needs an apology. The conversations need to be had, and it all needs to be laid out on the table. It's just that simple. At least that's how I see it. Furthermore, he was offended when she said, you don't want to be friends? And he pretty much was like, fuck no, I don't want to be friends. Like, I didn't sign up to be friends. I signed up for a wife who would be my best friend. But that's not what I got. He sees Taylor as a narcissist. Y'all, do you think she's narcissistic? Narcissistic people are very manipulative. They don't take ownership of the things that they do. They do deflect a little bit. Look, I don't want to go as far as calling her a narcissist, but if that's what y'all want to call her, y'all let me know down below in the comments. I just think that she knows that she has a lot to offer and expects people to bow down at her feet. He also doesn't think that she is accountable for or acknowledging her behavior or any of that, and makes mention, like, when I did her wrong, when there was wrongdoings on my part, I immediately apologized. So I mean, he has a valid point, but he also needs to kind of open up a little bit and understand that it's hard for some people to apologize in person. I mean, you know, you feel foolish and ashamed and embarrassed, but she needs to figure that out. She does need to own up to her shit if she wants to really move forward with them. But I really feel like he's done. What do y'all think? Let me know down below in the comments. All right, y'all, let's talk Derek and Katie. It took a minute for them to show us them. Evidently, there's some trouble in paradise for the two of them. And it's probably started by Katie saying what? She wanted to keep her townhouse. Come to find out, it's because of an argument that they had. Because why? He says, I know that I'm not going to be in love with you in 8 weeks. And I'm not sure if in 6 months. Ladies, it is an unrealistic expectation to think that someone is going to be in love with you in 8 weeks. It's just that easy, that simple. And you said that you wouldn't bring it up, but really you're still harboring on him never being in love, and that's where your fear comes in, Katie. So he could like you strongly in 8 weeks, and what I'm seeing is a gallant effort put in by Derek, and I really feel like you should give him a shot. Furthermore, 6 months, by 6 months, someone will know if they are growing in love with you, if they want to be with you. He already has made it known that he can see himself with you. I don't know, I think I've said it before. One of my pastors had said, you know, the last one I had, right? A pastor once said that a man knows if you are marriage material within a month and knows whether or not they want to marry you in 6 months. Well, of course, we've done it backwards, but evidently he feels like you are marriage material. He sees himself with a future. He says that all the time. So that's a plus. She's upset because he said, no offense, but fuck you. Yeah, he prefaced it with no offense, but no, I meant ain't no offense, because he said but, and you know, but negates everything before it. So no offense doesn't count. He should have just straight up said fuck you, Katie, because you saying you checked out. Like, how you gonna say you checking out and you keeping your townhouse and you want me to be in love with this? It's not a possibility. Like, you can't tell somebody who already has a hard time being in love or never been in love that you're checking out, because guess what they gonna do? Check out too, and you don't win that way. You think that's you winning? Oh, okay. Because that don't make no sense. I didn't think you thought you was winning. And he was like, I didn't really want to have this conversation because it's our month anniversary. But they go to dinner. Okay, they go to dinner. And true to form, they do communicate. Above all, anybody else, they have the most or closest to effective communication that there is. Most of them still need to work on their communication skills. And so they kind of rehash everything and what was said and how you hurt my feelings, and I don't want you to curse at me. I don't like Katie. I don't know Katie, but sometimes I'm looking at her and I'm thinking to myself, you want him to be somebody that he's not instead of accepting him for who he is right in front of you. You want him to have like the same goals as you do, and you know, it doesn't work like that. You shouldn't have signed up for this process if you really thought that they were going to find somebody that was like the boy version of you. That's a luck up between Jessica and Austin. I really appreciated him saying, you know, he said, I said, no offense, but fuck you, because you said you checked out. And, you know, he was about to pull up the text messages, and he was like, you know what, I don't need to prove a point. It's not valid. It's not important to me. And to me, that's what grown men do. That's what grown women do. We know how to say, you know what, it's not this. Me proving this point going back and forth is not healthy. I don't need to prove that point to you. And I liked it. I liked it, Derek. I did. He asked her, like, you know, what are your dreams? What do you want to do? And he said, besides have a family and travel. And she was like, that's pretty much it. Boring. Because he's adventurous. He wants to go backpacking, and he wants to skydive, and he wants to travel. And she says it's not realistic when you have a family. Why isn't it realistic, Katie? Haven't you seen those families that do all those things together? Maybe not until they get older are you able to backpack together, but you definitely can travel together. You can definitely go camping together and allow him, you know. I mean, there's a lot of things that you can do together as your children get older. Maybe not a long backpacking trip, but you can do something. I don't understand. Why is it that, you know, okay, I feel like in a marriage, everybody still needs their own individuality. You still need your own kind of space. So why can't you allow him to take a week sabbatical and go backpacking? I mean, you're confident in the relationship that you've built. That's how I feel when they get confident in their relationship. But hell, what do I know? What do I know? I'm a widow. I'm single. I'm by myself, okay? Evidently something wrong with me too. It's not. He says he got her 2 tickets to go see her favorite artist in Nashville for a weekend. He is considering her and her likes, which tells me he is putting in an effort. He's doing what he thinks is required or what will make her happy. And it does. She cries. She's excited about it. Then they turn around, because that was part 1 of a 2-part gift. They go home. They see the basket that they have from the experts with their pictures and everything. And he goes a step further and says, I wanted to give you these. And it's like 2 portraits with their families. 2 frames with their families all throughout them or whatever. I wanted you to know that your family is my family. That we are melded together. That there's no separation. She liked that. That tells you that he is considering you. And part of loving someone, it's an action word. You have to show that you love someone. It's not an idle word. So he is putting in action and a gallant effort to show you that he's in this. Furthermore, they sit down and they read their vows. And I don't know, was it him that said it first? Because when he read his vows, I caught the guarded my heart, and I'll give it all to you. You know, everybody caught it. You caught it, I caught it. And I'm glad that they use these as a reflective moment. I wish the other couples would have done that as well. They use it as a reflective moment. Like, this is what I told you, and I'm not living up to that. And so I'm going to let my guard down and let you in. I have been guarding my heart. He's scared. What did I tell y'all a couple weeks ago? Soon as it looks like it's getting close to it, shut it down. Down. Okay? I'm going to shut it down. This ain't right. And she said, which was kudos to Katie, I'm going to do more to make it a safe place so that you feel safe to let go and be vulnerable and let your heart go. Like, I really was like, that's growth. That's good. I'm proud of y'all. Like, that moment for them, for me, was probably my favorite. Being able to say, my heart is guarded, but I'm gonna do better. I'm gonna open up more. And her saying, I'm gonna create a safe space so that you know it's okay to give me your heart. Baby, let me tell you, that moves me a little bit. Not people are that most people aren't that honest. Baby, let me tell you. Let's go on and talk about Mindy and Zach. I left them for last because they had the most issues this episode. Just when she thinks you're making progress, you're going one step forward, you take 2 steps back. Zach, my heart goes out. So, Marvina girl, you were absolutely right. He needed to see her in her element. He agreed that she was confident in her element. Not only that, but I felt like she was confident and on the ice and was poised and graceful. And I think that it was important for him to see her in that element. I'm going to have to agree with you wholeheartedly. I believe I agreed with you when you said it last time or the time before that. But I'm going to agree with you now. I also wrote down, she always looks nice in her confessionals. Even though they doing them, probably succession. Like, her makeup looks nice. Her hair looks nice and washed and fluffy. I don't know what you would call it. But when they begin to have this conversation at the table, Zach says that he feels like, he always has to control his decisions. And, Mindy's like, well, why don't you try letting it go and just trust in the process? And even though it's scary, I have done it and I'm wholeheartedly in this. And there's this like awkward silence. And listen, y'all got mad at me because I was saying that he was. And that I was asking the question. Listen, it's a thing. Okay, y'all can pretend like it's not a thing. But it's a thing when you're relatively attractive and they don't even want to put any effort in to even see if it's going to work. I know y'all didn't like me saying it, but I'm glad that Mindy went ahead and asked, do you have a girlfriend or are you gay? Awkward. My friends want to know. And they were like, she was like, I don't know. And he was like, neither. So, okay, the mystery for me is gone, okay? He's not. He does not have an affinity for men. He likes women. He just doesn't like Mindy. I really was just honestly trying to find a reason why he wouldn't be attracted to her. But here's the thing. Zach says, so you haven't completely been honest with me. Not before Panama, not during the wedding, not after the wedding. And she's all like shocked. Like, we're all shocked. At least I was. I had the same face that Mindy had. And he wants her to guess. And I'm all like, that's not what we do as an adult. If you're going to bring something up, and if it's something that I have done or something I have said that is causing you to not to be attracted to me, then by all means tell me so that I can fix it. And so now we understand why Zach wasn't really attracted to her. Him not saying anything makes me feel like he's lying, just like she said. Well, you're reaching and you're pulling for something because you just don't want to seem like an asshole anymore. That's how I feel about that. And I feel like that's how she feels about that. Then we find out that they have never even met off camera. The only time you visit with her or speak with her is while the cameras are rolling. I know you fucking lying. You are not making any effort. You don't like this woman, and you could just plain and say, I don't like her. I'm not attracted to her. I'm not willing to try. That's what you need to tell the producer. That's what you need to tell Mindy. That's what you need to tell the experts. But honestly, you've been saying that, but in a roundabout way. You try and make people feel like, oh, I'm willing to try, but in all actuality, you ain't. When he said something about her friends, like Mindy, I immediately went to, well, who in the fuck you been talking to about me? Don't ask my neighbors. She's really over it and feels like this is just another one of his manipulation tactics. And she's pretty much fed up with it and decides to exit. And he's all like, bye. Well, they get the photos come in. She's at the apartment and she looks at them first and she's all like, oh, look, we look happy. It looks like we might make it. It looks like we're in love and we're enjoying each other's company, and it was a fairy tale wedding. And then, you know, reality sets in. That's what she says to him, because she ends up calling him and having him come over. But that ain't nothing. Child, I can't even remember how we got here, but she straight up asked him, you haven't been in touch with any of my friends, have you? Yeah. He been talking to Lindsay, her good friend that flew in from Oregon or Washington or wherever she came from. You know the one, the blonde hair one with the pink eyelet dress on. She's not attractive to me either. Mindy to me looks better than her. And I'm going to tell you why I say that. Lindsay reached out to Zach. Lindsay, what kind of friend are you? Like, she reached out to Zach via Instagram and started a conversation with him. Ended up exchanging phone numbers with him and texting and having conversations with him. Now, Zach is saying that the conversations were mainly about Mindy and Mindy alone. They started off as her being able to help, you know, and that's where they landed, that they don't speak that often, that they only had one actual phone conversation, and he hadn't spoken with her in over a week. My question to you is, so many things went through my mind. Number one, you've been conversing with my homegirl, my good girlfriend. No wonder you're not attracted to me. Because she was plotting the whole time when she saw how handsome you were to cut it off at the fork to stop it. I mean, that's immediately where my mind went. What kind of friend are you? Because my question to you is, who's in the wrong? Is it her friend or is it her husband? Who? Because you can play it on both sides. They both were supposed to share it. Like she said, he talking about I was dishonest. He's the one building a friendship with my good girlfriend that I've known for forever. Number one, my friend is wrong for reaching out. Okay, and not sharing with me that they were having these conversations. My husband is wrong for having conversations and not advising me too. They're both wrong, but for different reasons. Now, Zach don't have no connection. You know, he just met Mindy, but they are legally married. So he is cheating. Remember when she said, oh, you're asking like, he said, oh, like I'm committing adultery. Well, evidently, maybe you have been thinking about committing adultery with this friend. Because I don't understand why y'all wouldn't share this with me. Why is it such a big secret if ain't shit going on? If ain't nothing going on but the rent. Like, if that's all that's happening, then why is it such hush-hush? Why is it such a secret? Why didn't someone tell me? Furthermore, Mindy does what she's supposed to do and calls her homegirl Lindsay like, hey, yo, what's up? How you doing? What's going on? Lindsay know you can hear it in her voice that something was wrong. What's up? She asks her, have you been in communique with Zach? He said y'all been talking. He said he hadn't talked to you in a week. She said he just told me, hey, good morning. Hey, happy Friday. We text every day. Or quite often. I don't know if she said every day. But what I do know, it was that day. Hey, happy Friday. That's what you say to people you interested in. I mean, I got some homeboys that I have some communication with that they do send good morning text messages or whatever. And we do have conversations. But there's nobody It's not like it's my friend's friend, and it's not secretive. And then she says, we've talked on the phone more than one time. It's been like 2 or 3 times. Like, it's not all this lying. And then, you know, our commitment, Mindy really handles herself very well. She internalizes things. She has said that already. She asked her to send me the screenshots. If you had this conversation from this morning, can you send me the screenshots? Oh, let me see, because I delete the messages after. It was just this morning. You deleted them immediately? What are you hiding? What are you doing? That's what you do when you sneaking around. Oh, I got the messages. Let me screenshot them to you, because I wasn't doing nothing wrong. Here you go, boo. Here's the last 18 conversations we had. But I'm with Mindy. The moment you start deleting stuff, it means that something is happening that you don't want to share, and you motherfuckers don't have your story straight. And then when she said, I told him I'm not going to talk to you until filming is over. Mindy caught it. Till filming is over. So you trying to tell me that the moment filming is over, y'all gonna be hollering at one another? Y'all gonna start a relationship? What is being said on these text messages? Child, and listen, I also commend Mindy saying, I need you to be honest with me, Lindsay. We can recover from this. We can move forward from this, but I need you to be honest. Fuck you mean, Mindy? She was really committing one of the ultimate acts of betrayal. Like, I'll take your man right out the box and put him under my padlock. So when you see us together chilling in the place, cold holding and sporting him in your face, go ahead, roll your eyes, suck your teeth, keep huffing and puffing like a dog in heat. What? You can call me a crook, a liar, a thief, but I'll be your butcher if you got beef. Are you kidding me? That's how I feel. That's happening, and that's your good girlfriend of many years. She was jealous. And you are definitely a better woman than I am. Because I would not forgive you after hearing this and knowing that you are deceiving me still. You think I'm stupid. And then finally, when they getting ready to hang up, honey, homegirl start crying. Y'all heard her voice cracking. What you crying for if you ain't do nothing? Huh? What? Somebody help me understand, because I could be seeing this wrong. Maybe Lindsay was just being friendly. Her pussy is friendly is what it is. Listen, that ends this episode as well. Y'all, let me know what you think about it down below in the comments, specifically as it relates to Mindy and Zach and this whole Lindsay. Lindsay is probably the reason that Zach can't move forward, because he been having conversations and she been throwing salt in her game, all kind of shit, just telling all her business. That's what you do when you try to get somebody's boo, they man, and he don't know you, but he figure she know you, so why would she lie? Because she wants you. She think you a Greek god. Whew, can you see how irritated I am by it? Child, let me tell you. And then let me know about Brandon and Taylor. What you think? Is they gonna give it another shot in the recommitment ceremony, or is he gonna be like, I ain't recommitting the shit, I'm ready to go? It's time to go. You better get up out my face. Get up out my face. You better get up out my face. Child, that's what it seemed like to me, okay? Listen. If it's your first time visiting my channel, you should be clicking the subscribe button to become a ray of sunshine. And then you're there. There's that notification bell. So click it so that finally when I upload some shit, you be like, oh, there she is. I really appreciate y'all who have been sticking by me and hanging in there, even though I be late. I'm going to try and work on it because we almost to the end. And I mean, I want y'all to stick around. I do. I like you. All of you, actually. You see?